Hello, people. Today is the day. I'm going to actually sign this drawing, and I like to sign the back and then be done with it. Well, nearly done with it. What I like to do and what I will do here is sign it, and then I like to leave it out for a few days at least in a safe place where it's not going to get smudged or smeared, and just take a break from it. And then when I come back to it and look at it, if there's anything bothering me once I've sort of disconnected from it a little bit, I might do a little touch-ups. But that way, I've been looking at it for so long that right now I can see things probably that I am specifically looking for. But if I kind of disconnect myself from it for a few days and then come back, it's sort of like looking at it with fresh eyes, I guess is what I'm getting at. So this is going to be a pretty short live today. I'm just going to sign it, sign the back, and again, just kind of call it done. Now, I will say this is my first time really doing a lot of lives and trying to draw realistically. And while, thank you to everybody who watched on the lives, I do feel like drawing live does rush me a little bit. So I'd say I'm probably like 90% happy with it. But I feel like if I were just drawing and not trying to answer questions and rush a little bit, I probably would have spent even more time on it. But that's a problem for me to figure out as I sort of grow the channel. And also I like to, answer questions for people as they go. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to sign it down here. I'm going to sign it in a little bit because, of course, the mat is going to cover a bit of this corner. So I like to sign. I'm going to sign right in here, and then we'll flip it over, and I like to sign on the back, date it, and put a little name on it. But in this case, I'm just going to put the location. This is more of a this isn't some sort of really thought-provoking art piece. This is more of a showcase of skill and patience in the drawing rather than a thought-provoking piece of art. So I just like to put the location name on the back, the year, and sign it. Okay, so let's get to the signing here. Oh, 10 people jumped on. Here's the full drawing, just about to sign, and a bunch of people just jumped on. What I'm going to do is sign it, and I'll leave it out for, probably about a week to let my eyes sort of get a fresh look on it. And if there's any sort of final touch-ups before I frame it, that way it's not so fresh in my mind like it is right now, where things kind of stand out. All right, let's do this. So sign in a little bit because there's probably like a 1/4 inch on each side of potential matte overlaying. So here we go. And I like to sign so it doesn't stand out too much. I don't like, some people sign really big or prominent. I don't really like to do that. I wasn't really drawing it so people could read my name. I want people to enjoy the drawing. So I just keep it fairly simple. And again, plenty of room for the mat on each side. And then I'm going to flip it over here. And obviously you want to be really careful to not move it around because it will smudge all the graphite. And I like to sign in the lower left here. I'll just do, so again, I'm going to do the location, which I'm just going to call the name in this case because, again, it's not like it's some real, art piece in a traditional sense. It's more skill and a recreation of a photo. Let's see, so what am I going for? This was reflection, lake, Mount Rainier. National Park. Now, if you've seen any of my other art drawings, I normally would title it something more clever than that, but again, this is more of a showcase of realistic drawing and the patience of it. Okay, so then I like to sign the back of it as well, and then I put the year. That's pretty much all I do. So now I will let it sit, see if anything stands out in about a week or so, and tidy that up and call it done. Then put it in a frame, put it on the wall. There you go. Thanks to everybody who watched over the last, 29 days and drawing it. As I mentioned, probably 90% happy, but I still feel like as I'm getting used to drawing on lives, I need to force myself not to rush for the lives and really focus in on the details. Which most of that happened on the mountain part, because the mountain part is super tedious, and I always felt like I had to be drawing instead of sort of sitting back and analyzing, which I wish I would have done more on the lives, but something for me to figure out moving forward. Hey, Jacob, how's it going? But yeah, anyways, thanks for tuning in. I got a few more projects. Hey, Troy. Yep, that's a drawing. So you can see here's all my scratch pencil marks, but if you really get in, you can see it. I got a few more projects. One is a mural, which I'm really excited to do on a live. And then I have the next one, which is kind of a project that I'm excited about because I think it's a fun idea, but it's also a little bit of see if people would be interested for holiday, some sort of gift for the holidays. That's nuts, man. It looks like a photo. Very good work. Thanks, Troy. Yeah, it took, I would say, probably 200 plus hours to draw it. So yeah, the next project I'm going to be working on in the immediate future is a little painting project. You've probably seen it. It's going to be like a little chart of 12 Mount Rainier scenes, and it's going to be like a mountain mood chart for those of you who are familiar with Mount Rainier at all. It's like, in Washington, they say it's a big deal when the mountain's out. So I was going to do a little mountain mood chart. And it's something I'm excited about, and I think it's a fun idea. But again, it's kind of like I'm hoping I can do some print sales for Christmas because, artists got to make some money somehow. So it's a little bit of going down that route, but also just sort of playing around and having fun. And then the mural after that is another one I'm really excited about, which I'm curious to see how the interest on lives go there. And I've never done a mural, so it could be a complete disaster. But time will tell. All right. Yeah, thanks for watching. After I get it framed up and put on the wall, I'll share a photo with everybody. But yeah, hopefully tune into the channel if you're ever looking for more drawing tutorials. And I'm going to do more painting as we go here, just because after this drawing, it was a lot of time spent drawing. I'm ready to take a little break from that, especially from drawing trees. These trees were never ending. All right. Have a good weekend, everybody. See ya.